Despite the mandate of the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives and the Uganda National Bureau of Standards to strengthen Uganda's economy through the promotion of quality and safe products, bulky consignments of counterfeit products still find their way easily onto the local markets. The products are consumed by unsuspecting Ugandans since they are relatively cheaper compared to the genuine ones.
Original producer loses in the process because when I counterfeit something, I sell it cheaply. And people will go for my product, even though it's not very good. Me who has counterfeited, will go for more product than the original product. So it affects the economy that the original producer loses interest or sometimes abandons the project. Then you remain with fake products in the market. Fake products normally are substandard.
NBS is regulating the minimum specifications of a variety, a myriad of products that are coming into the country. We currently have over 2,000 standards, so that means that at least we are regulating 2,000 products or 2,000 categories of products, because some standards cover a product category.
Early this year, Uganda Revenue Authority impounded smuggled goods, of which some were substandard. Among the goods were over 1,000 cartons of an assortment of cosmetics that have been banned in Uganda.
Our responsibility is to deter entrance of prohibited goods. So this is a prohibited item because it is dangerous to society. So it is not supposed to come. So at the moment, legally, they are not supposed to be cleared through our customs processes. So one cannot come and declare and say, I have brought these cosmetics, because we shall not clear them.
The high number of substandard goods in the market and the forgery of quality marks is a serious concern. So where does this leave the standards body?
I would like to inform the public that UNBS is committed to rid the market of substandard products, and we want to make this even easier by enabling the consumer easily identify a product that has gone through the UNBS conformity assessment. So hopefully by the beginning of the next financial year, an ordinary consumer in Uganda will be able to identify a product that has been verified for conformity prior to shipment or even at the destination inspection. And together I believe that with that measure we shall be able to rid the market of substandard products.
Ugandan products with the Q mark are not subjected to inspection when crossing the East African Community border. This reduces the cost of doing business across the border. The Q mark is the mark that Uganda National Bureau of Standards notified to the EAC Secretariat under the SQMT Act for facilitating cross-border trade under the common market. Permit fees for quality mark is 800,000. Audit fees for local companies is 250,000. For companies in Central Region is 2 million for companies up country. Testing fees is variable depending on the product. Food about 250,000 and chemicals and engineering about 200,000 per sample on average. Permit fees for quality mark US dollars 2,000. Audit fees for foreign companies for US dollars 1,500 to 3,000, excluding return tickets for the 2 staff. Testing fees is variable depending on the product, with food going for 2,500 and chemicals 200,000. But why have regulators failed to enforce standards at different border points?
It is limiting the importation of substandard products into the country, and in the very near future we shall see a tremendous change of the products that will be on the market because of increased compliance through the implementation of PIVA.
So consumers are left at the mercy of the importers. The chairman, Kampala City Traders Association, says a law to deal with counterfeits is urgently needed.
What is affecting the consumers is actually the substandard component. And there is no law which is fending the consumers once they buy substandard products. whether the brand owners are the ones who have made substandard products or they are just fake and it's a counterfeit. Me as a consumer, I'm concerned about the product, whether it fits the purpose for which I bought it.
Counterfeiting, we have had a lot of resistance with this bill, but fortunately the bill was approved by Cabinet in 2015 and has been tabled before Parliament, and it is in the committee stage. Of course there were controversies as who would enforce that law. Does UNBS have the capacity? Then we agreed that police. Those were some of the controversies. Then we said no, it is a crime, because for someone to counterfeit something that you do not make, it's a crime. So we are saying no, police should do it. It should be a crime and police should do that.
Business analysts reveal that there is a big gap which needs to be addressed by the concerned bodies to fight counterfeit and fake products on the market.
They need to be removed from the market. And how do you do that becomes another nightmare, because it's not just about the National Bureau of Standards setting the standard. It's also about enforcing that standard across the country. This is a very diverse country. Our enforcement methods are very weak.
The UNBS Act, amended in 2015, Act Cap 327, provides a minimum fine of 20 currency points, which is an equivalent to about 10 million shillings, besides a custodial sentence of 1 to 3 years. Counterfeits affect the economy since they aren't durable and sometimes have health hazards. Then there are dealers who trade in goods from rightful manufacturers, yet the goods are not genuine. Uganda National Bureau of Standards has laws and set standards intended to fight importation or manufacturing counterfeit goods on the market, but most consumers and suppliers are not aware of them.
You find that even people who are producing here are actually producing counterfeits. You find someone who's producing, for example, let me give you an example of Colgate. I always give Colgate as an example. Colgate, some people are trying to manufacture it, I think within the region. It might not be Uganda specifically. But you find that it's fake. Some Colgate on the market is fake.
The East African Business Community plans to set up efforts to fight illicit trade that has been on the leading cause of revenue loss for the private sector and governments. Ugandan and Tanzanian governments are estimated to lose $1.4 billion and $1.5 billion annually to illicit trade respectively, while Kenya loses $350 million annually. Report by Simon Samazi for Urban TV.